Oh, yes. Ooh, look at me. Fire and lightning. I'm a wizard. Well, congratulations. Managed to turn months of study and the awesome powers to do whatever you want to do, to bend, fold, and spindle time and space into the lethality of a band of armed pikemen. Congratulations. A stout man-at-arm with a crossbow. There you are.
His scathing
Well,
review of any
oh, well
evocation
done.
wizard. Yeah.
Yeah. Evocation wizard. If I ever encounter an evocation wizard, he's gonna catch these fucking hands. Assuming he can find his way out the fucking door without blowing the side of the house open.
I love that. Um,
Oh,
um, we'll use that.
will we?
Oh yeah,
Will.
something somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
We cut in on you've been walking through the woods for some time now, right? Like Vestgard is a very lush and beautiful area, and Jesus, those cats are loud.
That was my cat, actually.
Wait, what?
That was my cat.
Oh, really? It must
Yeah.
have been perfectly timed because I swear I heard it over there too. Clem is at the door, desperate to get in. I see Vestgard as having both a combination of like primeval, but also like, well tended forests. It probably like, there's a few that are really nice and like lumber is harvested, and then otherwise, where possible, the roads and the near adjacent woods to them are maintained, so it's not constantly overgrowing and falling and everything. But then, you get 30, 40 feet off of the road, and then it just goes absolutely buck wild. I'm actually really curious. I'm gonna roll for Wilbur. What is his perception bonus? And you're going to roll as well.
Perception is -1.
-1. Great. Okay. Well, he got a 16 modified.
My perception is a 19.
Nice. Okay. Was that a 20 -1 or?
No, that was a 19 plus 0.
Oh, gotcha. Or -0.
Mm-hmm. Only time will tell.
So the scene opens up on you staring at just a formation of like the way bark and moss is kind of grown, and you just can't help but feel like it looks like a middle finger. I don't know why that's the thing, but you're just like, right, and we rack focus, and it's just
I think this sacred glyph might be trying to say something to us. Snap cut to it's just obviously just like
just a gigantic middle finger.
what could it mean, my boy?
Right. He's like, I'm not seeing it, Professor. I think it's moss. I think it just grows on the north side of the tree.
Just the north side of the tree?
That's what the book said. Yeah.
Well, if it's in a book.
Do you want to go another few hours, or is it time to sit down and take lunch?
You're right. Let's have lunch here.
Okay.
Well, I puzzled this mysterious symbol.
On the road, or you want to go into the woods a little?
I mean, I don't think it's we're probably not able to come to an inn for another day or two, so I suppose we'll have to sit, we'll take our lunch here, sure.
Okay. And he's like, do you want to heat it up, or should we just, cold porridge and...
But don't you recall that with the power of wizardry, and I'll cast prestidigitation on the food to make it taste like something that isn't bland room temperature gruel.
Ooh.
Anything is possible.
Yeah, he's real excited. He's like, can you do the unicorn mix again for me?
Unicorn. Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Unicorn blood is highly addictive, but okay.
I'll edit.
Because eyebrows going crazy.
I'll edit a bunch of cool sounds for you.
Yeah, perfect, excellent, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So you're just sort of sitting there taking lunch, thinking about like the weird sigil you saw on the tree that Wilbur insists is just moss on a tree, and you insist is signs from above that your right to rule is divine or whatever.
And I'm like scraping at it, and it's just like it's just like a line of runes at the bottom, and you're pushing, and then it just says "fuck you, Alberforce," just in among like the runes.
Yeah. So you got up to touch it again. This is
Yeah,
perfect. And
yeah.
when you kind of turn to go back and sit down and keep like taking your meal or get a drink or just tell Wilbur to do something, next to you in like a very nice and neat pile, there are several like chestnuts and acorns and like walnuts right piled up, and at the very top there just appear to be like 4 or 5 cherries that have all been like assembled in like a nice neat little like pyramid.
Like they weren't there when I turned around, and now they're suddenly there.
Correct.
Wilbur,
Yeah.
did you this charming little display here?
He looks at it. He's like, and he looks at you, and he's gonna make an insight roll because he's trying to figure out if this is a test.
Mm.
So, what do you think the DC is? Because like, you would praise him, right? You would be happy with him
Yeah,
if that was the case. And he's like, oh, I
yeah.
might be able to.
Conjured them or estranged them with magic or done some sort of little wizard thing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. What do you think the DC is on that insight?
The DC is like 12. Yeah,
Okay. Well, he hit a 13 on the die, so unless he has a -2 to insight.
he does not. He's at just a -1 on wisdom.
Okay. So thinking that there's no way this will ever backfire on him, he nods. He says, "Yeah, yeah, I did to summon Nut."
Ah, summon nut, an obscure spell, but often a very useful one. Sometimes referred to as druidcraft by people who don't know anything about how to actually do magic.
He's like, yeah, and he does the same thing.
Disciplinary. Very good.
Yeah, he does the same thing you did a minute ago to make the oatmeal taste good, where he's like,
Exactly. Your technique as well, but try and get a little bit more with the eyebrows. It's very important. Yes. Yes, my boy.
I can't wait to zoom in on that.
Perfect.
Okay, yeah, so he nods and he thinks himself very proud.
Well, all right. Now the final test. It's easy to make them look good, but do they taste good? Get me my nut cracking hammer out of the bag.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah. I'll put some in here too, and he hands you a little steak tenderizer.
Perfect. It's like I love that it's like a little adamantine hammer. Like it's literally like yay big.
Right?
I crack open one of the walnuts.
Yeah. So high or low?
Oh, definitely low.
It was high. So, currently you are not aware of the dirty little maggot wriggling around inside of the nut, as opposed to had it been low, you would have seen it kind of living in the space between nut shell and nut flesh. Do you go in for the walnut?
Oh, we go in for the walnut, of course.
Yeah, you pop it in. It's up to you if you notice it or if, I don't think it tastes good, but
I think Wilbur notices it. Alberforce is just like, taste. Could use a little work, but still, for a first effort. And he gets another one. He's not even looking at them.
right.
For first effort, this isn't bad.
Right, and that one we do see, right? The dirty little spindly worm cocoon that has been, crafted inside of this nut, and the nut's all shrunken and sad on one side. And you're just holding it, and he's just like, ah!
All right, well, maybe this one didn't get. I don't think this one got done on both sides.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Cherries are probably fine.
Oh yeah, let's try the cherries. They say, throwing the bed. Yeah. All right, I grab the cherry. I'm gonna take a look at it this time.
Yeah. He takes one as well. He looks at it. Looks like a good cherry, but I mean, you can't help but be suspicious, right?
I'll give it a sniff. I'll say, all right, bottoms up.
Yeah,
and we toast.
Just sour, rotten, old. It looked really good, but it just started to turn.
Ooh.
He's like, This is bad. He's just like
Yeah.
scraping his tongue a little.
Yeah. Yeah. Druidcraft's a bad spell, anyways. I wouldn't stress too much about it. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you conjured something though. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. You can roll the insight if you want. It's your call.
I'll roll insight, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's about as hard. A 12 seems about
Got
right.
a 5.
You believe him. He's like,
Oh yeah.
He's like, okay, should I put the hammer away?
Yeah, I'd say put the hammer away. I don't think we want any more of these.
Yeah. He's like,
Ooh. Ooh.
And he goes, and he puts the hammer in there, and when he takes his hand out, it's just covered in glitter. And he's like, and he's rooting around in there, and he's taking out handfuls of like glitter right now.
All right, I use prestidigitation to clean him off.
Yeah.
What is all of this? This accursed. I'm gonna do detect magic and see if I can figure out what's going on.
Oh yeah. So the glitter is obviously magic because we're in theoretical fantasy land, and I don't think they've invented awful,
terrible glitter. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think the nuts though are conjured, and I think that would also, right? I think that kind of trips you up.
Oh. Did you accidentally maybe? Were there some nuts around, and maybe you just grabbed them with the mage hand?
He's he looks down at the ground, and then at the bag, which still has just like an impossible amount of glitter, and it's all glitter.
No.
And he's like, I didn't conjure them. I lied.
You lied?
Yeah. You were just so proud of me, and I'm just big on that jump spell and the coin thing, and I didn't even get into the druidcraft yet, but you were so proud, and I did.
Wilbur, I need you to listen to me very carefully because I'm going to teach you an important lesson.
Yes, sir. Where'd you go just then? You scared me.
I'm going to say, Wilbur, it's very important. As a magician, you can make reality appear to be or be eventually whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can create an entire fantastical world for yourself if you really wanted to. But you have to make sure that you always know what's true and what isn't.
Yeah, he thinks on that. He's like, I think I understand. I'm gonna take those nuts and get them out of here, and then that'll start to erase part of the lie I did.
That's good. You should do that. And then you're gonna get all the glitter out of the bag.
Okay. And
all the glitter.
Yes. And he gets up and he goes to take a step, and he just falls forward and just slams his face, probably in whatever's left of your meal. And the camera would, snap cut to his tied together shoelaces.
All right, Wilbur. Get your club.
Sir?
Something's amiss.
Yeah, he nods. He reaches in the bag and gets a little adamantium hammer again.
The little adamantine hammer. I'm changing his weapon and his thing from club to tiny adamantine mallet.
Right. Actually does the same amount of damage. It's just comically small.
I'm going to cast a spell that I think will be useful here. I'm going to cast one of the spells that I made up because it is a ritual. I can do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Odaluk's Vigilant Proctor.
Okay, and what does Odaluk's Vigilant Proctor do for you?
All right, so I create an invisible, immobile, magical eye within range that hovers in the air for the duration in which watches for certain conditions to occur. When I cast a spell, I assign a criteria under which the eye will alert me.
Mm-hmm.
The criteria can be anything I choose, a creature entering or leaving sight, a spell being cast, or an object being interacted with. If the eye sees something which matches the criteria you set, you receive a telepathic alert. That alert can awaken me from non-magical slumber.
Nice.
It is concentration, though. So I'm going to, as a ritual, cast Odaluk's Vigilant Proctor. And I'm going to say, if a creature that isn't me or Wilberforce enters its sort of area of sight, alert me.
Okay. Cool.
We're gonna wait. We're gonna figure out what's going on. So we're gonna wait here at the ready.
Okay. Yeah. So 3 sets of eyes better than 2.
Yeah. Wilbur, keep a weather eye out.
Yeah, he's two-handing the tiny adamantium hammer.
Yeah.
And he's looking. The thing goes off, right? Something has seen something, and something is interacting with an object in the radius that is not you or Wilbur.
Right.
And boy, it's almost like now that you know what you're looking for, it's obvious, but you don't understand how this creature could have gotten by you without it. It must be some kind of forest magic, some forest trickery, right? But both of yours and Wilbur's canteens are open, and there is a tiny, ugly little sprite goblin-y with big ears that kind of curl in like fiddleheads, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's got its back to you, and it's got its little pants all the way down to the floor, like 4-year-old, and it's just like whizzing in both of the canteens.
My God, multi-track drifting. And I'm going to say, look there, and I'm trying to think if we would have something like this, but like, so how big is it?
Yeah, like 3-ish feet.
3-ish feet. Okay, so it's not like so small I could trap it under a cup.
Yeah, it's a little bigger than that.
I'm going to cast Catapult, and I'm going to fire off one of the steel ball bearings I keep in my bag.
Nice. Okay.
I'm going to yeet it at the creature.
Nice. All right, so we will cut right as you poof, right, and the spell goes off, and the creature's still just like.
I am a powerful wizard.